Principle number 4 is the law of polarity. Everything exists on the same scale. For example, hot, cold is on the same scale. It's just different degrees of the same thing. So you can't tell me, you can't pinpoint when hot starts and cold ends, or cold starts and hot ends. It's just different degrees of the same thing. Now, the reason this is important, and the reason I find it important at least, is when you're understanding success and failure. Success and failure are the same thing. They are the same thing. They're the result of trying, right? But they're the same thing. So if polarity is real, hot, cold, up, down, back, forth, in, out, dark, light, then success and failure are on the same scale, right? They're just different degrees of the same thing. So you can't tell me when success ends and failure starts, because it's the same thing. It's the journey. It's just a progressive journey, right? Because failure is only failure when you look at it. Failure is what it's lessons on the way to success. So you're on the path of success already from the moment you start trying. And all you're doing is becoming better and better and better and better every single day. So there is no success and failure. It's just the same thing. And when you understand polarity, you understand relationship between things, that there has to be opposites, but they're on the same scale. And so if you have one, the other is attainable. If you have the other is attainable. So what does this mean then? It means if you're in your life right now and you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to put yourself out there and do something, become the best tennis player, become an artist, become a yoga instructor, anything. When you first start, it's going to be difficult. But again, difficult and easy, scales of the same thing. For one person, something is difficult. For another person halfway around the world, that difficult thing is easy because they've mastered it. But it's the same thing. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. But whatever it is you're trying to accomplish right now, the longer you keep at it, the easier it becomes, and the more you slide to the other side of the scale, from failure to success. And that's going to be in every area of your life: health, wealth, relationship, health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, any, whatever it might be. So when you think of it that way, you don't feel disheartened. You don't feel like, oh, I'm going to beat myself up because I'm not good enough. I'm comparing myself to someone else. That other person who's successful is just on a different scale, or is at a different degree on the same scale. So whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, think about it from this perspective, and hopefully it helps.